you, Commissioner. I have a couple of questions, and I just want to say I also share Senator Ritchie's comments that she had mentioned earlier. As you know, I represent the district where Downstate Correctional Facility is located, and Downstate employs more than 600 residents who have made their homes in and around Dutchess County. I have to say I'm deeply disappointed with how we received news of the proposed closure. And in your letter in November, you noted that you were mindful of the impact the closure would have on the community. However, to date, I'm not aware that any stakeholders, either local lawmakers, union representatives, the facility employees, or others, were consulted before the closure was announced. You claim you also did a detailed review, but where are the details? And why weren't critical stakeholders consulted or a public meeting held?
Senator, respectfully, if we were to consult in advance of announcing a closure with any interested stakeholder anywhere in the state, we would still have 72 correctional facilities and a population of 30,000, which the taxpayers would not tolerate. I am so sensitive to the impact on communities. We look at a whole number of factors. We look at programs that are offered. We look at infrastructure. We look at capitals. Improvements that are needed. We look at neighboring facilities that are close by. There's a whole host of factors that we look at in determining to close. Once closure is announced, the number one priority I have is to try as hard as we can to arrange a soft landing for all affected staff. I want them to have the opportunity to continue to be employed in our system in as close as possible other location, or at least with the state. We've met with the staff. I send my HR directors down there. They explain what the rights are. They meet with the union individuals. They go through this, and then we try and arrange the transfer so that they continue and are employed.
And with all due respect, Commissioner, because you were just talking about employees having continued employment. So can you tell us, did they have to uproot their families and move elsewhere? Do you know where the employees are being reassigned?
Oh, yes, we know when they're being reassigned, they're given the option. We can tell you where they've gone to each facility and how much of a distance it is. I don't have that at my fingertips, but I can give you that information for those that have.
I'd like to follow up with you with that also. And there's another concern. The Glenham Fire District is located directly adjacent to Downstate and has been providing fire and emergency response there for over 20 years through a contract with the state. And this contract actually provides fire protection coverage, which includes mutual aid protection in the event that a firefighter is injured or equipment is damaged during a mutual aid response. Given that the need for fire and emergency response will remain for the facility after its closure will continue once the facility is closed. So is there going to be aid for the fire companies for the facilities?
I'll have to look into that, Senator. I'm not aware that we've ever done that in the past, but if there is a legitimate need and there's a way to do it, we'll find a way to do it. We have a whole process that we follow when we're closing a correctional facility and the maintenance that we have to do and ensuring that it still is a viable asset for potential reuse. There's a lot of different things that we will look at. I'll certainly take that under advisement and see if there's anything that can be done.
And I hope that the contract will just continue and not have a lapse. And I just want to say again, how disappointed I was in the way this has unfolded, especially when the governor promised to be someone who governs by listening. These employees never even got a chance to make their voice heard. And a surprise holiday announcement and just a couple months notice, it's just not right. These men and women put their lives on the line every day to do a very dangerous job. And the way they were treated here isn't right. And I really urge my colleagues to do all that they can to prohibit these 90-day closures and enact a better process going forward. Thank you, Commissioner.